Alright then, here we go for Tomb Raider 2013 mod. Now if you remember that I left you in the shanty town with a couple of things to do, which was to deal with a fair few more people, as well as meeting Grim once again for the first time, which is usually in Lara's video recorder that you see him talking to his own mates as well as her when they were in an area that you've never been in, as well as what you haven't seen, as well as I ended up over here with a bell with a tomb right here. So I left it with a bit of trouble on my hands. So what I did do was to avoid it by jumping and hopping around all over the place to avoid some criminals to die, or either them killing me, or either save myself from doing something that I was worried about. But I've sorted it now, so we can do some more carnage and mayhem. But before I do, as well as before I go to the tomb, I've got some bits and pieces to do, which is basically allow you to know some bits and pieces. Right, first of all, with a camp like this, which will look like a tent, which will allow you to have three things. And what do I mean by that? Right, if I go back here again, over towards here, that there was another tent over there, which would allow you to do fast travel back and forth places. So wherever you miss pieces or whatever, which is what I did last time on my last recording. I missed a piece and I showed you what it was and where it was, which was the document right over it that's now been picked up, which was basically would have been grey because I didn't pick it up, as well as when you do a specific thing, which I'll explain in good time. So what I'm going to do first of all is fast travel straight into the first place you've been in. First of all, and here it is, which is Crystal Forest. Now that is, if I go back to the fast travel again, now at the bottom of the screen in the middle you'll find loads of tents shapes around the place in the middle of the screen, where you'll find all sorts of ones there. Now the one I'm on is roughly in the middle, so let me shove L3 towards the very end of the right side, where you'll find a symbol of telling you which location you've got to go to. So when you go to a specific place and you haven't reached it far enough, there'll be a location symbol pointing saying this direction, off you go, over to this way please. So basically whenever you go there, or when you're going to fast travel to original places you've ever been in, which is what I've done. So the very final one at the right side of the middle bit is the location where you've got to go, but I am not there, because what I've done, as you can see, when I'm using L3 pushing it towards the left, the locations that's got white patches in there saying this is the location you're heading, And as I'm moving it towards the left with the L3, it's pushing it back and forwards to the previous places you've been in. Now what I've done, when I said I was at Shantytown, what I've done is fast travelled all the way back in to the first part of the Crystal Forest. So that is where I am. That's what the tent camps do, which allows you to find 3 things, which is skill points, fast travel, and your salvage. Now salvage again, which is about your important upgrades of your weapons, which will show you the important weapons that you have grabbed hold of, which is your bow. I'm up to 20% because I've got 2 parts of it out of 5 of them, and the shotgun is up to 12% with 1 out of 4 upgrades completed. 0 upgrades of the rifle gun with 0 out of 6, which is what I've got previously, which was just 1 of them because we only had 5 in there beforehand. As well as we've got 5 parts of the pistol, and we've got 100% on the axe. So what I'm going to do is go to the bow first of all to explain some bits and pieces. Right, okay, so first of all, we have got a bow that is called RECURVE, which is what you'll find of the name of it, which will be on the left hand side of the screen, with the salvage that is up above, and the number is 3904, which is what you'll find sitting over there. And also at the bottom in the middle, which will show you 5 different upgrades you can do on it. But those 2 that I've got that has ticks on, and that means they're free because I haven't used no salvage whatsoever for these things. Okay, but the other 3 needs salvage at the moment. And also with the very first bow that I ever had, as well as yourselves with several load of other weapons you would have had. And so the first bow, which would have been called NAKESHIFT, longbow, but whatever the NAKESHIFT spells, so I'm sorry about that, because I can't really spell that or say the word for it. As well as you can see, the bow I've got now, which is the REFCURVE bow, once again, whatever that spells. And so the 2 that's been ticked, which is with some string for you to use with L2 and R2 to do that. And also the other one that's ticked is this one right here, that you can see a little line that's gone across a thing that's in the middle, with a line that's below the shape of it and above it, which is to do with your flames, which is for you to fire loads of fire arrows. How many you want to use precisely? Okay, they're free. Next of all, which is this one right here in the middle, which is your first one that you're going to have to pay, or whenever you decide to pay for it, which is 250 salvage. And now that will allow you to do a lot of damage to people. And what I mean by that is basically with the arrow itself. So when you push the L2, which is the actually that you want to keep that pushed in, and when you push the R2 in just once, and just for example, say if you've got sharp nails, or if you haven't got no sharp nails, then if you push your hand in it, it doesn't thicken out a lot. Same thing with the arrows, that the arrows are sharp, okay? But also, if you haven't selected this one, the arrows won't be very sharp enough to possibly kill someone with. So you might want to select this one to make the arrows be a bit more sharper to kill people with. It's exactly the same if you've got sharp nails and you push your fingers right into your palm of your hand, it'll freaking hurt. So that's what that is, basically the demonstration of my nails, or something like that. Or another way to say it, pencil, and you want to keep drawing on your hands or whatever, it doesn't freaking hurt a lot, and you want to use a sharpener to sharpen up your pencil, especially when it's got not much drawing colour pencil or whatever you're trying to write on, and the writing's not very well written in the piece of paper that you're trying to write. So you might want to sharpen it. It's exactly the same thing with the arrow. That's what that's for. Next along on the right, when I'm pushing the L3 towards the right side to switch over to another one, which is this one now, which is 200 salvage, which is basically for you to use L2 and push R2 in. Now I'm going to make a sound for this. Right, so when you're pushing L2 in, which is you're actually that you really desperately want to do, is keep it in there, pushed in. And when you push the R2 in, and you haven't selected this one, you're going to get ping for the arrow to just fall out of the bow itself. So when you select this, and you pay 200, you're going to get ping, as well as you'll either get ping, 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 ping. Then you'll be able to do that when you select this one. And also when you do, this one will be unlocked, which has got a lock on it because I haven't selected this one. So when you do pay for this one will be green, just like the other ones, which will allow you to say you can pay for that, which is 250. And also when you do, same again with the arrows, as well as my sounds, for the arrows to go ping, 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 as fast as it can go. When you'll keep pushing the R2 in, out, several blue times at once, or whenever you decide to use your bow. Okay, so that's what that does. Next of all, we've also got a TRENCH shotgun. So whatever the TRENCH word spells, it has one thing on there, but also it's got 4 upgrades in there for you to choose from, even though I've only done one, which is this one right here, that is allowed you to push R1 in, which allows you to shoot a bullet to reach even further towards an animal or a person. So like if you haven't selected this one already and you're just pushing R2 with the L2 being pushed in, then the bullet might reach a length like a can of Coke or a can of Fanta or something, and the can is only 6 centimeters long or something like that, and you've got your gun exactly that length for the bullet to come out when you're just using that without paying for this one I'm on at the moment. So once again, so if you pay for this, which I already have, it'll give you some more length. For example, say instead of having a can that's 6 centimeters long and you buy a cabinet or a shelf that's probably about 30 or 50 or 60 centimeters long, then it's exactly the same sort of exclamation or example for what the R2 button does with your shotgun. Okay, so it gives you more range to reach up to a deer or a person that's about 40 centimeters away from you when you're just standing still. Then you might want to use this one, which has been selected and paid for, which was 450 or no, 400, sorry, it was 400 for that gun to be paid for. Okay, so the shotgun itself was unfortunately just 400. So I'm sorry about that, but everybody makes mistakes, don't they? So be careful with your salvage, because once you've got a certain amount, then you're going to go down on it, which is exactly on the top left hand side below the above the name of the gun of itself, where it says 300 904 on there. Okay, so you want to make sure you keep an eye on that. Oh, there. Oh, I meant to push that. Right, push L3 towards the next, which is what I was supposed to do, which is to do with damage for your shotgun. Basically exactly for your bow with L2 and R2 to be pushed in. Okay, but this time for the damage for the gun of the shotgun with the bullet itself, when you're firing it, it'll do some damage to people, as well as, for example, that if you tap your hand just a little diddy bit, it won't hurt at all. And also when you pay for this one, which is 325, and you paid for it and you tap your hand a bit harder, you start to feel a little bit of a tingle or something to say you're hurting me a little bit, but I can handle it. So basically that's what that'll do. If you pay for it, and you'll be able to hurt people a bit more better with that. Okay, so that's 325 for that. Next of all is for this one, which is 300 salvage. Now this allows you to do a special thing for that. Now when you push the R2 in, and I'm going to use my hands for this, so when you haven't paid for this for 300, you're going to probably only get that, for example, for the bullet to come out to do some damage to someone or something. And when you do pay for it for the 300, you're probably going to get that instead of the last clap I just did there. So you'll probably get a bit more force for the bullet to kill someone with. Alright, so that's 300. And last of all is this one, which is for 300 as well. But this time, this one has got some rope tied underneath the gun, as well as the handle where Lara holds it. So what this will do, which will allow Lara to hold the gun a bit more easier. And what I mean by that is that when you get Lara to push the trigger to fire the gun Lara will make her arm sort of bend upwards a bit, where she just can't keep it steady to fire it. So basically, when you're pushing the R2 in, the gun in her hands, the gun might go upwards a bit, and it won't stay straight because it hasn't got a bit of string on there, which is what this does. It has string on there for Lara to grab hold of it tighter when she's firing it. Okay, so this allows you to have more grip and get the accuracy to stay on what you're aiming at properly. Okay, because if you've got the gun aiming at someone's chest and you're firing it, the gun might point up towards the arms of someone, or if you aim at a deer or a wolf, it might just slide towards the left or slide towards the right, or point up to the sky right above the animals' heads or whatever. And so basically this is what will do it, to help you try and get the right place for it to be done onto it. Alright, next of all, which is the gun, which is now the assault rifle, because previously you would have had a gun that was WWII SUB MACHINE, whatever that spells, because that's what the gun you would have had. Because yeah, it would be a WWISUBMACHINE gun. But you've got the assault rifle, which is much more better. But also, the WWI gun would have had 5 parts, but the assault rifle's got 6. So you got an extra 1. So the first one that I'm on, at the bottom of the screen again, which is now shows you of a shape of a cylinder. Now what I mean by that, even though that is 225 for that. So what I mean by the cylinder is that when I come out of it and I go and get the gun and hold L2 in, on the right hand side of the screen you'll find a number in the middle, which will be 90, and also around by the 9 on the left side of the number 9, which has got a white patch all the way around it, but not quite all the way around it, halfway around the 90 in there. Now the white patch is basically how many bullets is in the cylinder at the moment. Alright, so basically when you pay for that one that's in your camp, that was the 225 I think it was, and so when you pay for that, that white patch will push itself towards the right a bit more further around to the 0 that I'm on at the moment. So it's exactly like a clock, for example. Okay, the bottom one, the very bottom below the numbers, below the number of the 90, which I'm going to say the small hand is pointing at the 6, which is basically saying that is your final bullet that you'll have left, because when you're pushing the R2 in, the bullets of the white patch will vanish to go grey, and when you fire all those bullets that's in there at the moment, or however how many there are exactly at the moment, so when you do that, when you shoot it all the way down, it will start to go red to say you're running out of bullets to use in your cylinder with your gun that you've got. And so what that'll do, once again, like I say, once that white patch that goes around the 9 and it goes red, it'll want you to load it back up by pressing the square or X, so the white patch will push itself all the way back round the 9. Okay, So like I say, with the cylinder that is in the camp, the gun of itself will push the white patch around towards the right side of it, of the 0 that's there, or whatever number you've got. So if you had 25 and basically you're right down by the number 6 number, for example, 6 o'clock in the morning, even though you might have the big hand and the little hand at the number 6. But yeah, so that's what that'll do, is just push it up around. But even though you'll be able to get 15 more bullets to fire with the cylinder that's worth 225. Right, next of all, which is the previous one that you'll have when you've upgraded it, with 3 parts of the new bit that goes to it, which is this one right here, that is 350, which allows you to do some damage for the gun to do with the bullets, basically. So basically, when you're just firing it just once, like push the R2 in just a little diddy bit, but not too much. So for example, say like when I'm using my hands again, to say you want to fire it, you can get like that sort of force with the bullet to do that to it, for the bullets to try and hurt someone with. Same sort of thing, like I said, with tapping your hands gently, it doesn't flicken hurt, and if you tap it a bit harder, it will start to flicken hurt. So that's what the bullets do for the damage, is to make it say I'm going to hurt people even more than I ever did before. So you might want to use that. Next along is a bit of rope or a bit of string or something at the back of the gun, which is for 300, which will allow you to basically keep the gun even more steady, for you to be a bit more accurate with the gun. Because if you don't pay for 300, the gun might start shaking all over the place, for allowing to try and keep being accurate at someone or an animal or whatever you're trying to aim at. So basically you might want to use that. But also when you do pay for this one will be unlocked, which is for 350 as well. So this at the top of the gun that I'm showing you right now, which allows you to be a bit more accurate with aim at people. Okay, so it's basically for your accuracy, for you to shoot better at people, to kill them easier. Alright, next of all, which is to do with reload speed. Now what I mean by that is that with the white patch around the right corner again, like I said before, is that when your white patch is going down towards the 6, like with the clock again, exactly what I said, if the white patch is pointing towards the number 6 with just one bullet left in it, or the white patch starts at the very bottom, it points towards the number 9 on your clock again, for example, and you see it's halfway down. So I thought I better reload it up, because if you've got a load of people still hovering around, like I say, if there's 6 of them and they're taking a load of flicking bullets to be killing them, and they're trying to flick and kill you, and you still want to try and stay alive and kill them, then you might want to stack this for the reload of the white patch to push itself back up towards the number of bullets you can use to fire it with the gun. Okay, so it'll push the patch back up towards the top, because I've got 90, and I'm pretty sure you can use about 45 bullets at the moment. All right, so like I say, when you're using 45 bullets and you've got probably about another 6 lurking about in the cylinder, when you've still got 45 to use with the 90 bullets you can carry at the moment, and you see what's going down, and I want that to go even faster to get all the way back up again before I end up having just about 10 or 20 bullets left to use with the 90 number that's gone down from that sort of thing. So you'll be able to use that to boost it even higher. But also, last of all, which is rate of fire, which is the one you possibly want, but it's 250. Now what I mean by that is with my hands again, so when you're pushing the R2 button, pushed it right in, your bullets are probably going to go like that to start off with, and when you pay for it, you're going to get that sort of speed kind of thing for the bullets to come out, so you might want to use that. Okay, next of all, the pistol, which is now the first one, which is only the thing with the pistol. It's got 5 things for you to upgrade on it. So the first one, which is for 450 salvage, which allows you to fire 3 bullets at once. Now what I mean by that is when you push the R1 in, which is what it's asking you to do. So you pay for 450, you can push the R1, but if you haven't paid for it, which I haven't yet, so I'll only have to push R2 in. But L2 is always the accuracy for whatever weapon you're using, especially the bow or the guns. And basically you just want to use that to keep the accuracy ready to aim at what you're aiming at. So when you're just pushing this R2 in, when you haven't paid for this, you're going to get that, just that. And when you pay for this and you push the R1 in, you're going to get, so once again, you pay for it, you're just getting 3 bangs at once. So that might be quite handy for you to kill some people, but at the minute you can only carry 8 bullets to fire at the moment, because what with the other gun that I showed you with the white patch, same thing again, because the white patch on the other gun, you're probably firing about 45 bullets, as well as, like I say, the white patch goes around the number. Alright, so you want to be very, very careful when you use this one. So the next one, which is this one, which is for 200. Now what this will do is exactly the same thing as what I said before, was that the white patch again will push around the number in the middle. Okay, because you'll find number 50 in my set of guns that I've got for this gun at the moment, because every different gun has certain numbers of bullets you can carry at the moment. Alright, so at the minute this gun can only fire 8 bullets in the cylinder with the white patch that goes around the number 50 or whatever number is there. So once again, once you come out and go to the pistol, you'll find a number in the middle on the right side which says 50, and you'll find a white patch around and around on the left side of it, which will show you number about eight of those over there. But also when I go back to the assault rifle, that white patch is pushed it all the way around, almost all the way around, but halfway all the way around, because as you can see that when I go back to the pistol, it's gone down. So like I say, the cylinder will push it even further around the number. Alright, so you want to make sure you keep going for that. Alright, next of all, this one again, which is now for 200, which is your damage, exactly what I said before. Tap your hand gently, it won't flick it out. When you pay for this, tap it even harder, it'll start to sting a little diddy bit. And same again, that's basically every time you pay for these, or whenever you decide to keep paying for each one of those, the bullets will start to hurt people badly just like when you slap your hand really hard, it'll sting like really freaking sting like hell. So when you pay for this one will be unlocked now. That will be unlocked when you have paid for this one, which is exactly the same for damage. Okay, so you want to keep an eye on that. That's 250. Last of all, for the pistol, which is exactly for the other guns. For the pistol with the bullets, it's exactly roughly the same for the assault rifle, where you can just keep it going bang, 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 bang all the time. Just like that, for example. Because at the minute, you can push the R2 in, and you can just push it once, and then you'll just get the bullet to do just that. Okay, same thing again. If you want to go ballistic, just keep pushing the R2 in, out for the pistol, so it can go like that. Okay. So, like I say, with this one, when you're paying 300 for this one, so when you pay for 300 for that, you're probably going to get that sort of thing for the gun. All right. So that's what that's for. And also, last of all, is that I haven't used any skills whatsoever. Okay, so this is where you'll find the skills. Oh, too far out. Where you'll find the skills in your camps. Now, also speaking about the camps, there is going to be a camp that was the 10 camp you're looking for, with 3 things like these, and the other one, which will be look like a camp with like a bonfire kind of thing, which will just show you the skills and your salvage. That's all they will do. Right, also with the skills again, you will have 3 different things in the middle of the screen, which is shape of a knife, a head, and a mountain. And what you can do is just keep yourself in there with different things in there. And what you can do is just keep switching it by using L1 or R1 to go left or right, whichever direction you want. So you don't have to keep going back by pushing the circle or B. And also on the left hand side, where you'll find number 4, which allows me to use 4 skills whenever I want. Okay, right, so this one, first of all, I'm on, which is for the mountain, which is this one right here at the bottom in the middle. All right, so the first one, which is ticked, as well as a couple other ones, because there is 4 of them ticked, as well as in the middle you'll find loads and loads of them in there, which there'll be 9 of those in there, so you can use 9 of those. But also there's a couple that are locked, because there's 2 of them that's locked at the moment, but I'm not going to read those. So first one, which is this one right here, which is shaped like a bird, which allows you to push L1, and when you do, it will show you some items around the places or an area. Okay, what I mean by that is that when you're in a space or place where you're trying to find some tubes or some animals or some bullets in boxes, bits and pieces, and you think, can't really see that, use this, pay for that, or select it with your skills of how many you've got, and you'll be able to use L1 to find it with a brighter colour for you to see it. Alright, next of all, this is this one right here, which is shaped like a plant, which will allow you to boost up your XP. And what I mean by that is to push your skills up even quicker. Alright, so if you haven't selected this one, what you want to do is look for a plant or an animal, and basically when you don't select this and you pick up a plant, you're going to get 5 XP, and if you selected it, you'll be getting 10 for a plant. If you kill a deer, and you haven't selected this, you get 20, and if you selected it and you kill a deer, you get 50, and if you haven't selected this for a wolf, you're going to get 20, and you selected this one, you'll get 30 in total. And with a pig, you're probably going to get 40 if you haven't selected it. And if you do select it, you'll get 80. And so that's what those things do. They boost up your skills to be boosted up, alright? This one right here is to do with silver boxes and a yellow box, which is to do with your salvage, which allows you to boost up your things for your weapons. Okay, so every time when you're picking this, you'll be able to grab a lot more salvage from boxes and silver boxes for you to use this for your weapons. Okay, now this is exactly the same thing. This is salvage for all your weapons, but this time you can get the salvage from animals when you kill them. Alright, so if you're a first time player, I suggest you select this, because if you haven't played it, you won't be getting it when you're killing a deer or an animal, any animal. So I suggest you do that. It's exactly the same this thing one again. If you're first time player, I've already select it so you can upgrade your weapons a bit more quicker, and some other ones of the ones I showed you that you might be desperately after. Alright, so this one is exactly the same thing, but this time when you're first time player, you want to select this, because what this will do is allow you to grab some arrows back. Okay, what I mean by that is that if you haven't selected it and you're a first time player and you grabbed your bow for the first time, you might have 5 arrows and you kill the deer with 4 arrows and you haven't selected it, you won't be collecting none. Alright, so you want to make sure you keep an eye on that. So if you kill it, you will be able to grab 3 arrows back, or 2 arrows, or it might be giving you all your arrows back. Okay, this one's locked, so I'm not going to read that. This one is basically allow you to land down nice and safely without taking too much damage, especially if you're in a high, great big massive high place, which is usually a bit more helpful for you to stay alive. This one is a magnifying glass, which will allow you to find things easier on your map. Now what I mean by that is basically a special map that you'll have in every area. Okay, but also when you do select this one should be activated for you to select as well, but I don't think that's right. Next of all, which is the headsets, there's 3 of them, because there are 3 of them that's unlocked, because on the left hand side where you'll find a number 4, where you'll find a word that will say buy 5 more, because first of all you have to buy 7 to unlock some more, and next time when you do that you have to unlock another 8, because there's only 5 for me to do at the minute to unlock the rest of them. Okay, right, don't worry about that. Right, so this one will allow you to have more time with your bow, and what I mean by that is when you fire and hold the L2 and R2 button in, and your time will tick down. So for example, I'm counting down for 5 seconds, even though that's wrong. So when you hold the R2 in with L2 and the 5 seconds starts to tick down and you find the deer, I say, oh, I want to go for the head for that, and kill that, and you're trying to get to the deer's head and you've got about 2 seconds, and when the deer starts to run off and you want to go back for the head and you can't get there in time, and the 2 seconds goes away from the 5 seconds you got, ping, the arrow goes, and that's it, it's wasted. So you want to select this because you want to get some more, but you're probably getting 15 seconds instead of 5, but yeah, that's what that does. It allows you to have some more time for you to hold that R2 in before the arrow goes. Right, next of all, this one allows you to grab some more ammo capacity, which allows you to grab some more bullets with the arrows as well. So you've got 20 arrows and you've got 90 bullets for the assault rifle or the WWI gun, whichever one. And with the pistol you'll have 50, and the shotgun you'll have 20. So if you select this one, you'll grab some more arrows and more bullets for the pistol, more for the assault rifle and the shotgun. Alright, this one right here, which I've selected, which allows me to grab some XP from people I kill. Okay, that's what you might want to use, because you want your skills to be boosted up, so you want that. Also the last set, which is basically this one right here, which is to do with taking some damage. And what I mean by that is basically if you've got someone shooting you and you're hiding behind something with no buttons been pushed on your thumb, for you to just let Lara to stay behind it and take some time to heal herself back up. Because if you're standing there and people are shooting you, you're going to die. And if you do stand there and you're going to die, then you might want to select this so you can stand around all over the place to try and shoot people and kill them before they kill you. Alright, so that's what that's for. This one right here is basically allows you to get Lara to grab a rock and punch someone in the head with, or punch them in the leg or in the chest, one or the other. This one right here is roughly the same thing, which allows Lara to use an axe to whack them with the axe, or either just use normal fists to punch even harder. Okay, also this one right here, which is unlocked, so you can use this to use the axe by pushing the triangle or the triangle or the flicking bloody Y button. Okay, this one allows you to do a dodge kill, dodge counter, which is what it's called. So it allows you to push the triangle or Y button, especially when you first stand beside the person, and push the B or circle, and then the triangle or Y will pop up, so you can just make them fall over or get them killed without them taking it all out of you. And also this one here as well, which allows you to take more punishment towards them to kill them a bit more quicker. Okay, so you might want to kill them a bit more quicker. As well as when you do pay for this, when you do select this one, this will be unlocked. And if you do select this one, when you push the triangle or Y and push the B or circle to dodge around them, you can kill them instantly. So while you don't use that, just in case if you want to do some more carnage with your bullets or your bow, whichever sort of thing you want to use, and that's what that's for. Alright, right then. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is move on back into the Crystal Village, because I am after something, as well as you, possibly. Right then. Okay. So, first, what you want to do is go up here with the AOX and come around it and keep your L3 up and move it towards the right so you can move around. Use the R3 nozzle so you can turn the camera around and find. Oh shit, that wasn't attended. So up here, hop across around, up again if you don't fall down like I did, where you find the GPS cache right there, which is 3 out of 5. Now what that will do, when you pick up every single one of them in every map, so like I say, whenever you pick up every single one of those in every map there is, like this one here in the Crystal Village, Crystal Forest, another one from the mountain TEMPLE, and every other map that's around the place. And so when you grab every one of them, you'll get Lara to say aha, just like the Tomb Raider games on the PS1 version. And when you're picking up health packs and Uzi clips and magnums, and every time when you're picking up one, you'll get Lara to say aha. So you want to make sure you grab every single one of them GPS caches. Alright. Right. Right, also, if you don't know where things are, you can push the L1. Also, as we're in the Crystal Village, You want to go for the head swinging thing there, which is one other reason why I've come in it. So there's one of those, because you're looking for 5 of these in this area. So that's one other reason why I've come in it. So I'll try and be as quick as I can. Right, also, what you want to do is go right in the river of the ward, where you find another GPS cache right here. So grab that. Also, there is gonna be some deers around it if you want to kill someone and get some salvage. There you go, another deer dead. Yeah, that's really cruel of me. How cruel. Also, what I'm going to do is keep using the L1 to find things easier for you to see, just to make sure that you don't miss anything. There's a swinging head one hit. There's another one. Okay. Also, you're looking for some relics or a document, which is what you want to look for, which is a book you'll need to grab hold of. There's one there for 25, so I'll make sure you grab that. Because what you want to do is make sure you get 100% in every single map of the game. Okay. There's another one here somewhere. I'll explain to you in a little while. Also, now I can use my axe. I should have done it a bit quicker than that. But now you can use that if you want. I know there's one of these bloody things around here somewhere. But what I'm confirming to is one of the swinging heads. Because I know they're around here somewhere. Which is what I'm looking for. Also another plant here for you to get some more XP. 25 there. 20 there, should I say. Also you want to be careful you don't walk into this bush. Because otherwise Lara will take some punishment, trust me. I've done that a fair few times. Pretty short. Yep, that's right. Right, so you want to hop straight up it. And hop straight up it. Where you'll find another GPS cache right here. Which is 5 out of 5. For you to grab hold of. Ah, he's going to run away. Ah, screw you. Fine. Fine. I'm still trying to find one of them heads for you to grab hold of. And also got one of those sneezes coming up, so sorry about that. That's that gone. So also you can get some XP from animals now in this area, if you want. Because also now, when you saw me with, I'm trying to think of what his name is, Dr. Whitman, when you met him by a door that swung open on my second recording, I think, and there was a load of wolves over there. And now when you go back to that place, there won't be any wolves around you, it won't terrify you, so you can concentrate finding other bits and pieces that you missed. Okay, but there's also a head swinging pendulum over there that I got earlier, and also I've got to do another 2 more somewhere, but I know where one is. I'm just going to make sure I'm going to try and find the flicking other one first before I move on. Well, I know it's around here flicking somewhere, but like I said, with the first skill point I read out, which allows you to keep pushing the L1 so you can just see it a bit more better than you can flick and ever find it. But yeah, that is your main problem, see? Where is it? Well, that's around here somewhere. Because usually it says on a swinging little freaking bit of wood. Of a tree trunk, usually. Oh, I spotted it. Because usually it's on one of these things here. That's what I'm aiming at. Finding it. But no, I can't freaking find it. Or unless it was. No. No, it wasn't. It wasn't there. Unless around here freaking somewhere. Now, it wasn't so freaking hard to see. But like I said before, this is why you want to use your first skill point from over there in the mountain symbol. For you to freaking find it easier and easier. But sorry for this is taking so long for you to try and not see me do something stupid to keep going round and round in circles. But we'll get there. Ah, screw you. Where the hell is it? Nope, that's a dip. I thought I found it then. Yeah. It ain't gonna happen, is it? Let's try over here. Oh, unless... No, I thought I fucking found it then. I thought I bloody had it. Yeah. That's right somewhere. It ain't gonna flicking work to me, is it? See, every time when you flicking want it, you can't flicking find it. So it does it every time, so you see. Also some more arrows here if you want them. Also what I'll try and do is be a bit more patient as well. But sometimes it can get to you, sometimes it can't. It just depends on how lucky you are. Well, I know where one is. So I'm going to try and leave it. So I can try and find the last one before I grab the final one. Yeah. Screw you, Mr. Dip. I can't give it to me. I'm sorry if this is going to be a bit of a shit recording for you to see. But we'll freaking get somewhere, surely. Also, like I say, you want to keep an eye on your yellow patches when you're pushing the L1 in. Keep an eye on it. Also, when you're trying to find the right one, You might try and find a deer or a box of some kind of thing. Seems trouble, I keep going round in circles. But like I say, there is one other one flicking hiding somewhere. I can't seem to flicking find it any bloody where. It's around here somewhere. I won't be getting live to say, aha, yeah, well, I'm still flicking trying to find it. Because, like I said, there's 5 in one area of the forest. And there's another 5 in another place, which is where I am now. No, I flicking want it. It's beating me, it's trying to beat me. It's trying to. It is flicking trying to. Oh, unless it's tucked in somewhere else. There's the fucker. There it is. Get out. There we go. There we go. Right then. Okay. Let's proceed. Now let's try and find the right direction of getting out of here. See, sometimes it flipping gets you. Right. Up here. Here we go. Right. So, we were at an area before I did anything else, which was where I met Grim, and he was pushing people off in an area. But what you want to do first, and before I continue speaking about that, you want to go right back over here where you find your final skull to flick and destroy with 100 XP right there. And so when I met Grim back again, when he was pushing people off with a couple of guys that I was dealing with or trying to finish off, which I did do. So now what I'm going to do is fast travel straight back, not in salvage, so straight forward to fast travel back into Shantytown, which is where we're meant to be, but I left it a bit too flicking late, but never mind, it's done now. Okay, so when we met Grim, he pushed a load of people off, and I end up going. I'll just try and get there as quick as I can. But also, like I said, when I met Grim, and when he pushed a couple of people off, I had one person that was sending explosives at me. He kept flicking chucking it at me. Remember? And he started to have a couple of mates with him to try and kill me. And so I had to kill them to proceed to move on. So where we were, which would have been meeting Grim right. So let me slide back down it, which you might recognise. Okay, so when I was here, I pulled one of the sheets down and picked up a GPS cache down here, and I did that. And like I said, there was a white sheet of something down here, over it, where I had to use a fire arrow like this to burn it down. We're pushing R2 with L2 been pushed in, and then what I did do is push R1 to use the string of the boat to put it down and smash itself down. And like I said, the Grim was up there and he wants me to meet him, which I didn't do, so I had to do some little something in my mind to sort out. But I might have to flick and do it again in a little while as well. I might be able to squeeze it in. Okay, so like I said, there was a couple of guys over here, and they were had a couple of explosive guys that kept chucking bombs around here when I was dodging around all over the place, pressing B or circle, whichever one, which is what you would have to do. And I did all that, and a guy that was standing on top of it, which is ringing an alarm to let everybody else know that I'm here, to kill his mates, which is what he doesn't want, but we did. And also this time, I did do some bits and pieces, which was to show you that you had to pick up some bits and pieces on the right hand side of the screen now that I'm showing you, which is a picture of the shanty town, where you have to find 6 camps, 5 documents, which is books, which I've previously picked up from the last area I was in. And you're going to have to find 7 relics, which is in boxes, which you're going to need to grab hold of. And some GPS caches, which I've been picking up on the other one, which is roughly what you're going to have to do with this one, which is picking up 15 of those things. And complete 2 tombs, which I've done 1. Now, I'm going to let you know about that, which is basically when you do one, and when you complete one, you'll grab 1,250 salvage. 1,250 XP for your skills, as well as you might grab 200 salvage, with allowing you to find things around the area, like these ones scattered around here. So that will help you find those easier. Okay. Also, you might have a chance of grabbing 1,250 as something else, including finding some other items that's hiding away from you. Basically, that's what that'll do. And also 2 challenges. One that's below the tombs, which is allows you to pull the string. To rip down some bells. Okay, and also the last one, which is to pull the burn those sheets around one I just pointed at, and where you had to use your fire arrows to burn it and use R1 to put it down and smash it down. Alright, so that's what you've got to do in this area. So like I said, 1 out of 4 for one challenge that I had to do, which is rip these things and smash them to pieces by pressing the square or X when you stand in the right place, or whenever the thing decides to flick and say you can do it. There we go. There we go. Smash it and rip it off. Destroy that. 10 XP right there with the second one out of a fair few of them. But I might show you where most of them are. But you can follow my guidances to know exactly where they are, or which one's best for you to grab hold of straight away. Okay, 15 salvage right there. And that crate there. Like I said with the skills, you want to make sure you go for those ones with the boxes things in there. But this box right here is nothing to do with salvage, it's about your XP. 20 XP right there. Also, previously I had a boarded off thing where I had to get my shotgun out so I can continue moving on. Also, a relic is down here for you to grab hold of. So there you go. You can have that. Alright. So there's that for you to have. And also, you will be able to find what am I flicking trying to find? That's exactly what I'm looking for, but I can't flicking find it at the minute. But down it you'll find a GPS cache. Down you'll find a GPS cache down it. That's one thing I was looking for. There you go, that's one thing. So I think that's going to be climbing back up again too high for me. So what we might do is end it here, which I think we'll do. Right, so next time we'll be doing some more Tomb Raider and have something a bit more better than what we have done. Okay, so I'll catch you next time. Bye now.